Could we see a dream of a fluent Korean? Unfortunate timing. A fluent Korean Poko giving an interview in the WDG arena.
They have to get unknown to run downstairs to quickly translate if it's a English interview. Okay, but it's gonna be actually Prophet think about the Genji. So I thought maybe there'd be Genji, but it'll be ZEST playing it, not Prophet. He'll think about it. Maybe he'll just go back to the Hanzo. Usually if you're gonna go to the Genji, it will be supported by a Brig as well, but that's not quite on board for Vindaim just yet. Prophet's gonna get in the face of Infernal. They gotta respect him. He's already made a lot of space happen, man. Infernal all the way back, straight off the cuff.
And no Brigitte behind the Genji this time as well, instead opting just for the Harmony Orb of the Zen to get that continuous but low-grade healing onto the Genji Island to take these off angles. What a shot from Ezhan onto ZEST already. That's a huge opening.
Oh, the return kill. MN3 gets revenge. Nice and early. Low HP though. Void gets a snipe on the Hyperspheres. That 2d12 hit for plenty of damage as now the Seoul Dynasty ever inch forward. I mean, Seoul Infernal got to wait a little bit here. We're nearly capping. I mean, this is a minute of pushing. Solid pushing by the Dynasty.
Yeah, this is very dangerous here for the Seoul Infernal. ZEST has returned. Oh, MN3 strikes first again. Krillin unaware of the return of the Widowmaker. Oh, MN3 decimates the backline.
Ezhan was taking the safe angle there. Ezhan was the next target of MN3, but couldn't spot him. Gets the body shot there. Now it has to be Prophet trying to make his way out. Waiting for dash cooldown. We'll get it, and they're safe. Payload push is extremely good by Dynasty, but they reset all positioning, which means they have to play a long angle again. Choky as well. Waiting for some other ultimates. It's window online first. FiXa Vindaim is able to match now, so there's going to be both windows deployed. Poko slightly closer to the Flux to be able to counter that one out.
A dreaming of MN3K. That's a double damage rock coming from Poko to absolutely crater Prophet through the window and turns Prophet into part of a wall.
That stalemate goes the way of Infernal. Poko got his kill there. Creation onto Prophet. Now both Fluxes online. MN3 with a big advantage on the Infra site, so Infra site can't be matched at this moment. If MN3 decides to play it, Seoul Dynasty can only respect it and back out.
He'll be waiting for a commitment here. Void so low, that forces out the Immortality Field, and Poko knows that that means it's go time. It's a pair of Griddic Fluxes, but who has better control of fundamental forces today? Poko taking out his counterpart yet again, and MN3 surges forward to the newfound space to find himself some skulls.
Yeah, no work. Hang on, Prophet might get 2 heal. Sacrifice his life, but he's really looking for an extra kill on Skewed. Didn't end up getting it. Would have been worth if he was able to just try and dash in and secure that one, but Infernal now will drag this down to 1 minute. Seoul Dynasty have good ultimates, but I mean, it's been one ult for one ult trade. The exact same ultimates used by both sides. Vindaim is at least slightly closer towards the next window. This is likely to go to OT now.
Remember that Void's usage of that ultimate does mean that there's not too much means of forcing out Skewed's Transcendence prior to Prophet's Blade. A pair of Infrasites given over, Ezhan already fairly low, and a Dragon Strike simply bisects the Seoul Dynasty, but doesn't take any...
Might be early, actually.
Might be.
I think you have to consider the fact that Vindaim's about to hit window again, and Dragon Strike would have been nice to counter that one out. So Dynasty will just slowly wait out the final moments of that Dragon Strike, and as it goes out, now it's time to play again the 1v1 MN3 onto Ezhan. Waiting out the Infrasites, both players now no more vision. It's Poko versus Void in the front lines. As Void walks forward from the window, but Poko still has to respect it. Poko low HP. He might get taken down. Skewed. I was waiting for the trance. He was holding on to that one. He really wanted to milk it out, but it's Prophet now that will get the work done. Straight into the back line. In comes the slash, and no other defense to be seen at all. Infernal. The trance was used, and you mentioned it. Is there a way to bait out the trance? Well, one way is to get Poko low, and then Prophet finds his timing.
Not just a Tracer player. And not only that, Prophet actually blades during the trance there, in concert with Krillin, getting the Discord Orb onto ZEST. And that allowed for an instant evisceration and a slash and dash combo through the healing of a Transcendence as well. You've got to be a brave player to make that work, and, well, Prophet is not only brave, but he's smart as well.
Just now matching. Gotta get the double Genjis out into play. There it is. I thought it would be ZEST pulling up the Genji first, but he'll be the second one to at least be able to match Prophet now. Anything Prophet can do, I can do better. This is young ZEST will be actually slightly ahead on the blade, given that he would have swapped off some previous existing ult charge. It's Void first up on the Prophetic Flux, and he'll pull the trigger instantly. Should be... No, there's no defense because there's no BAP anymore. Vindaim swapped off.
That's twice now that Poko is absolutely torn asunder. Prophet's life and limb with an accretion well hit onto a Genji. Maybe catching him after those double jumps when the Genji's at their most predictable. It's easy. Easy as they come, and now Void is having to shuffle out through the underside. That leaves Ezhan with no defenses, so MN3 can grab that easily.
Boy, should be able to back out given that he saved his connect grabs. Actually, hang on a second, it's not guaranteed. But I don't think Infernal are going to go chase any further. It would be too risky to chase Void into the side room, so Void indeed will be able to make it out alive, and that's one less player that you'd have to wait for on the Dynasty end. But if they're going to cap, it's going to be another OT push, it seems. So likelihood of finishing the entire map, pretty minuscule at this rate, given how slow Dynasty's approaches have been, and that's also considering the fact that their initial push on A was in 1 minute. They got to the end. It just took another 3 minutes to actually get the cap in, and now Poko straight away on the flux. Vindaim instantly dead.
Yeah, Poko first to strike. Vindaim just suspended in the air, so it's easy for MN3. Prophet, simply a victim of the smelly gas. Oh, the crowd are almost as excited as I am. That was crazy.
Ezhan, just a normal victim. Standard
normal victim. Standard victim.
Yep. Normie victim is what I say then.
No one can
We're almost out of normal time here. 10 seconds remaining. MN3 aggressive off angle again. Infrasight, no real challenge from Ezhan. He doesn't have it yet. I don't think Ezhan can really try and poke forward to find an angle. Prophet just dies to Poko, and I think that's a nano onto Prophet as well, so that's a nano deleted. ZEST has got to clean things up if he can find a kill, because Poko's got them all.
Poko's simply too fast, grabs them all, hoarding the kills. Poko. Welcome back to the Overwatch League. MN3 currently sitting at 10 final blows, which is... He is technically on a deadlift right now. Out of 20 final blows, he has 10.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we talk about this guy's Widow, and it's...
But the caveat I will add is his defense side Widow is going to be stronger. So now Ezhan gets to play defensive side Widow. This is the opening... Well, it's not the opening few shots, but because we're 130 left in time here, but a couple of nice shots from MN3. As he just, snaps straight onto Prophet. Oh, that's 2 out of the 10 that he got. So KD, 10 final blows, 2 deaths. Ezhan sitting on 1 and 5, but one more time, there is a slight caveat for defensive side. That is massively skewed in favor of MN3, though. Favorable sightlines or not. So it's still an extreme number of kills, and as you mentioned, currently a deadlift 10 out of 20.
I do wonder what Vindaim, what led Vindaim to choose going to Viana instead of a Baptiste on this map. Maybe thinking that more healing was needed for Prophet, of course. Incredibly difficult to consistently heal a Genji who's leaping around with a AoE healer like Baptiste.
It's curious. Could have been for the Nano Blade capabilities as well.
Yeah.
Prophet did get the Nano at the end. He got melted anyway, but unfortunately you do lose the Immortality field, which is, I think, super important for defending against Prophetic Fluxes and also from the enemy window. Okay, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, right? Defensive side Widow is king, and MN3 copping the first death there.
Defensive Widow. And what a defense it needs to be here from Ezhan in order to extend our Soul Bowl and not make it an entirely destructive 3-0 in favor of the Seoul Infernal. ZEST is still opting in to this Genji here, but the long-range pressure from this double sniper.
Multiple courses out of this meal.
Please.
Otherwise, it's a small
feed
bowl.
me.
Small salad bowls are what we're going to get instead. All right, well, let's see if Ezhan can find a bit of a feast here. MN3 go for challenge. Left. Spot each other late. Good movement by Infernal. Approaching hairpin now. Vindaim first on the Ant Matrix, so that should be first ultimate on board. If Void and Prophet don't go down here, Void.
The off-angle pressure.
Has to be careful with his HP.
ZEST just continuously managed to get around that shield.
Widow's up.
Keeps Void on his toes. Widow. A jump shot here from MN3, unable to find anybody. Disciplined positioning from Seoul Dynasty, but we can't afford to lose a fight here. There is no space beyond this car. There is no land beyond this.
It's just too easy for Infernal just to back out, and as they back out, MN3 even gets what you could consider somewhat of an exit kill. I mean, they don't want to plant the window. Oh my goodness, Zest now into Vindaim. Void's low HP. No lamp. It's already gone. Already deployed. 94% for Void. 84 for Krillin. And a Zest with all the pickups. Trying to catch up to MN3. It's got to be the cap. With way more time as well. Remember, Dynasty basically capped A and OT. Infernal, they got more than 4.5 to work through on B. And they don't even have to get to the end of B.
Secret source of a brand new Sigma. Or maybe even a much more old Sigma. Restored by Roston. And back up to its classical glory. Seoul Dynasty may have some means of stopping this here with the Gravitic Flux, but remember that both Skewed and FiXa have all the tools they need to stop damage coming through. Here it moves. Skewed going to be the primary target. It's only one, though.
There we go. Once again, Ezhan is not going to be able to challenge for this Infra site. Zest is going to go to the back line. You want to get rid of the Widowmaker. This is how. Can he find a target, though? Zest is struggling at the moment. His Prophet gets killed to FiXa. Krillin onto Zest, and suddenly things have gone sour for the Infernal. It might have had the ultimate, so they don't have the kills. The kills are all coming through from the Dynasty instead. Late one was just skewed. And the Dynasty have survived. How many ultimates was that? That's like 4 ultimates from Infernal.
It was everything. It was everything and more. Skewed popped a Transcendence to deal with a solo Flux coming through from Void. And Zest blades into the back thinking, I could force out the resources here. That will give all the space that Poko needs to finish this with a Gravitic Flux. But excellent resilience from a Seoul Dynasty. Still, it had its own toll on the Dynasty and their armaments. Only the Infrasight remains. Pop now by Ezhan to just keep the Seoul Infernal at bay.
Well, Infernal will just, again, have to respect that. And that's what happens when you don't respect it. Ezhan has full sights. MN3 has nothing. In fact, MN3 even just flirting with death there by thinking about poking his head out. Not what you want to do. So, that's just a clean Infrasight that won't be challenged. Will only result in the 1 kill and some time lost. It's something.
MN3 sailing. And Zest is actually darted into the underground now. Might give him safe passage over to Ezhan. Prophet needs to be able to gather this info.
Prophet saw MN3 there and was ducking like a madman to hide his head.
Desperately wants to make sure a Cerebellum can't be cloven in twain by MN3. Now wrapping around instead, trying to find themselves an off angle to deliver that pressure. A movement over onto the Brigitte here from Skewed. It's all the old heads are feasting today. It's just like the old gladiators over again. Dragon Strike down into the underground, but
This is a big spin by Dynasty.
Away Infernal.
This is a big spin by Dynasty, and Infernal, I mean, okay, they're starting to go lower on time. It's still 2 minutes, but payload is right there. They only got to win 1 fight, and they can still afford a couple more resets here. Dynasty not getting value of their ultimates is not good at the moment. FiXa, nothing to save him. No trance, no lamp, no hope. In fact, the lamp was there, but it got destroyed. Long range rock. Zest getting Prophet, turns his back into 4v4. Skewed must ran it because he was low HP. Currently the only healer, so not a lot of healing on board for Skewed. If they can get Krillin down, they can at least equalize the healing. Prophet now coming back on towards the Genji. This is looking like a big one. Poko now has the opportunity to pull out a Flux. Nothing to defend against that one. Krillin on 94%. There's nothing there. It's going to be the Flux to finish things off at a 3-0 for